الحمد لله رب العالمين الذي خلق السماوات والأرضين والصلاة والسلام على رسوله الكريم سيد الأنبياء والمرسلين وعلى آله وأصحابه أجمعين أما بعد. قال الله تعالى بعد أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم ومكروا ومكر الله والله خير الماكرين صدق الله العظيم وصدق رسوله النبي الكريم ونحن على ذلك لمن الشاهدين والشاكرين والحمد لله رب العالمين. Dear respected elders, mothers, brothers, sisters, and young friends, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. In the last few khutbah, we started a series of talk of khutbah episodes regarding the life of Musa alayhi salatu wassalam, one of the greatest Nabi, one of the greatest prophet, Ulul Azm, to walk on this earth. And alhamdulillah, we have had lots of positive feedback from this topic, from these stories of Musa alayhi salatu wassalam. And today we'll wrap it up and we'll come to conclude this series of talk and draw the lessons and highlights the wisdoms and the points from his life. So during the last khutbah, we were talking about the environment. How important it is to bring up our children in a good environment. However, this is not always the case. If we look at the life of Musa alayhi salatu wassalam, and if you look at the life of the son of Nuh alayhi salatu wassalam, we will learn that this is not always the case. Regarding Musa alayhi salatu wassalam, from a house of kufr, from a house of dhulm, from a house of ignorance and jahala, Allah Azza wa Jal raised one of the greatest prophet on this earth. So, the lesson we learn here is that yes, the environment is essential to the upbringing and nurturing of our children, but always remember, if Allah Azza wa Jal wants to guide our children while the entire world seeks to corrupt them, Allah's decree will overpower their plan. The Prophet Nuh alayhi salatu wassalam's son, on the other hand, was raised in a home of Nabi, in a home of prophethood. But Allah tested Nuh alayhi salatu wassalam with his son's disobedience, defiance and misguidance. Coming back to Musa alayhi salatu wassalam, while the people around him wanted to harm him, Musa alayhi salatu wassalam was protected from Allah Azza wa Jal, the Most High. So, we need to remember at all times in our life that Allah's gaze is over us. If we know it, but if we are conscious that Allah Azza wa Jal is seeing us all the time, that we are conscious that Allah Azza wa Jal knows how we feel, He knows how we pain. He knows how we grieve. He knows how we fear. If we are conscious of that, then we need to entrust our affairs in Allah and leave it to Allah. And don't be hasty, but wait patiently, and Allah will bring relief. Allah will bring relief to all our problems. He mentioned in the Quran, أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم واصبر لحكم ربك. Be patient. Be patient for the decision of your Lord, because it's only a matter of time before relief comes. Then Allah Azza wa Jal in Surah Al-Qasas, He goes on and explains how Musa alayhi salatu was was exiled from Egypt. And Allah Azza wa Jal mentioned that he went to Madian and he married the daughter of Shu'aib alayhi salatu was. So when he reached Madian, he saw two women. And those two women, they were not able to take the animals to the well for watering them. Why? Because they were a group of men who were dominating the space with the animal. So Musa alayhi salatu wassalam was a man of strength, a man of principles and usul. So he moved this group of men out of the way and he made space for the animals of those two women who were the daughters of Shu'aib alayhi salatu wassalam. After that he went down under a tree and he sat down under the tree, and with tawadu', with humility, he asked Allah, Rabbi inni lima anzalta ilayya min khayrin faqir. He said, Oh my Lord, indeed, I am in need of whatever good you send down to me. When they saw his strength, when they saw how genuine he was, and when they saw his trustworthiness, his akhlaq, his manners, his taqwa, his piety, Shu'aib alayhi salatu wassalam offered to wed one of his daughters to him in exchange for work. So now look at the power of Allah, subhanallah. This is not just stories, my dear brothers and sisters. Look at the power of Allah. Look where Musa alayhi salatu wasalam was. From a homeless, fugitive, single, to a married man with a house and with a job, and married to the daughter of Anbiya and of a Nabi Shu'aib alayhi salatu wasalam. So tell me, who could have foreseen that? Subhanallah. And as I mentioned, the condition of the nikah was that he has to work for him. He had a contract. And how long? 10 years. And again, this is not the stories, this is mentioned in the Quran. Allah Azza wa Jalla mentioned the detail in the Quran. 10 years. And if you look at it, this is exact duration, 10 years, is the exact duration after which, in the law of Fir'aun, anyone who is convicted with any charges, any murder charge, it will be dropped. So remember, Musa alayhi salatu wasalam had a charge. He was a fugitive. He left Egypt to go to Madian. He got a contract of 10 years. Once the 10 years over, he was free to go back to Misr, to Egypt. So once the contract ended, he was free to return, and Allah Azza wa Jal sent him there. But my dear brothers and sisters, this life of Musa alayhi salatu wassalam is a proof, is an evidence that The impossible for us is possible for Allah. Whatever was not imaginable was conceivable. And the mu'min, the believer, cannot doubt in Allah's power. Allah Azza wa Jal mentioned, أَفِي اللَّهِ شَكٌّ فَاطِرِ السَّمَاوَاتِ وَالْأَرْضِ. Can there be a doubt about Allah, the creator of the heavens and the earth? So, dear brothers and sisters, our yaqeen should be strong. Always have hope in Allah. Never despair. And as I mentioned, Musa alayhi salatu wassalam's life is also an example for every believer. From the moment Allah Azza wa Jal gave him the mission to go to convey the message to Fir'aun, he was always at every step asking for dua. قال رب اشرح لي صدري ويسر لي أمري واحلل عقدة من لساني يفقه قولي. Oh my Lord, expand for me my chest and ease for me my task and untie the knot from my tongue so that they may understand my speech. So another point we learn from his life and also from his mother's life is the trust they had in Allah. After they've done whatever Allah commanded to, after the Banu Israel obeyed Musa alayhi salatu wasalam in leaving Egypt, Fir'aun was chasing them, and what he wanted to do? Fir'aun wanted to eliminate not only Musa alayhi salatu wasalam, but he wanted to eliminate the entire Banu Israel. But in fact, who was eliminated in the entirety? It was Fir'aun and all his army. وَمَكَرُوا وَمَكَرَ اللَّهُ وَاللَّهُ خَيْرُ الْمَاكِرِينَ. They plan and Allah planned, and Allah is the best of planners. Another wisdom we learn from here: why did Allah use and utilize a stick to teach us a wisdom? Why? Another wisdom we learn, which was used here, when Allah ordered Musa alayhi salatu wassalam to strike the sea with his stick, was to show us that victory can be achieved even with the weakest of tool and the weakest of means. Subhanallah. So, what we learn is that making an effort and obeying Allah, this is obligatory. However, the result is not in our hand. The result, we leave it with Allah. And the other point we learn, always look ahead. Always have hope in the future. If the present is dark, the future will be bright. Why did Allah Azza wa Jal, my dear brothers and sisters, mention the story of Musa alayhi salatu wassalam in the Quran in so much detail? And not at one place only, in many places. Because Musa alayhi salatu wassalam's life and the life of the other prophets, starting with Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam, they are not stories to entertain ourselves with. They are not tales that we tell our children to amuse them or to put them to sleep. They are real life lessons we learn from. The prophets teach us the struggle between Allah's greatest makhluk, Allah's greatest creation, against Allah's worst creation. How difficult, how challenging it was for the Anbiya alayhi salatu wassalam. But they were always sabir, always patient, and and they always had a full trust in Allah Azza wa Jal. And these qualities help them to reach the success and make them great Nabi and make them great friends of Allah. Because dhulm, oppressions, have always existed and it will exist and remain during every era, till Qiyamah. History will repeat itself, generation after generations, centuries after centuries. And our situation of life, our hal, our ahwal, whatever we are facing, this is not always, and this is not necessarily a sign that Allah is angry with us. And also, if someone is doing really good in the matters of dunya, this is not also a sign that Allah is happy with us. Because Allah may give us something to take it back after some time as a test, or He may take something from us to give it back to us as a test. Allah took Musa alayhi salatu wasalam from his mother only to return him in a better position with the safety guaranteed. He removed Musa from Egypt and then He returned him not as a normal human being but as a messenger and as a prophet. Allah Azza wa Jal cornered Banu Israel. They were stuck. They thought, that's it. They'll be destroyed. The sea is in front of us. Fir'aun's army is behind us. But Allah did that to test them, and the outcome of that is Allah eliminated Fir'aun and all the enemy from this earth. So, do not look at the present. Be sure of what is greater and yet to come. And always have trust and yaqeen and conviction in Allah Azza wa Jal. أقول قولي هذا وأستغفر الله لي ولكم ولسائر المسلمين من كل ذنب فاستغفروه إنه هو الغفور الرحيم. الحمد لله مسبغ النعم ومسوغ القسم والمنفرد بالقدم وبارئ النسم وموجدنا بعد العدم وباعث العظام الهادمة والرمم والمخالف بين الهيئات والشيم بحكمة تاهت في فهمها عقول ذوي الحكم من يهده الله فلا مضل له ومن يضلله فلا هادي له ونشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له ونشهد أن سيدنا ومولانا محمدا عبده ورسوله الذي أرسل بالحق بشيرا ونذيرا إن الله وملائكته يصلون على النبي يا أيها الذين آمنوا صلوا عليه وسلموا تسليما اللهم صل وسلم وبارك على سيدنا محمد وعلى آله وأصحابه وأتباعه أجمعين إلى يوم الدين خصوصا على أمير المؤمنين سيدنا أبي بكر الصديق رضي الله عنه وعلى أمير المؤمنين سيدنا عمر ابن الخطاب رضي الله عنه وعلى أمير المؤمنين سيدنا عثمان بن عفان رضي الله عنه وعلى أمهما سيدة النساء فاطمة الزهراء رضي الله تعالى عنها وعلى عميه سيدينا حمزة والعباس رضي الله تعالى عنهما وعلى الستة الباقية من العشرة المبشرة وعلى سائر الصحابة والتابعين رضوان الله تعالى عليهم أجمعين اللهم اغفر للمؤمنين والمؤمنات والمسلمين والمسلمات الأحياء منهم والأموات برحمتك يا أرحم الراحمين اللهم أقسم لنا من خشيتك ما يحول بيننا وبين معاصيك ومن طاعتك ما تبلغنا به جنتك ومن اليقين ما تهون به علينا مصيبات الدنيا ومتعنا بأسماعنا وأبصارنا وقوتنا ما أحييتنا واجعله الوارث منا واجعل ثأرنا على من ظلمنا وانصرنا على من عادانا ولا تجعل مصيبتنا في ديننا ولا تجعل الدنيا أكبر همنا ولا مبلغ علمنا ولا تسلط علينا من لا يرحمنا. اللهم إنا عبيدك بنو عبيدك بنو إمائك نواصينا بيدك ماض فينا حكمك عدل فينا قضاؤك. نسألك بكل اسم هو لك سميت به نفسك أو علمته أحدا من خلقك أو أنزلته في كتابك أو استأثرت به في علم الغيب عندك أن تجعل القرآن العظيم ربيع قلوبنا ونور صدورنا وجلاء أحزاننا وذهاب همومنا وغمومنا. اللهم انصر المسلمين المستضعفين في فلسطين في غزة في بنغلاديش في السودان وفي كل مكان يا أرحم الراحمين. اللهم احفظ الحرمين الشريفين. اللهم احفظ المسجد الأقصى المبارك. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. إن الله يأمر بالعدل والإحسان وإيتاء ذي القربى وينهى عن الفحشاء والمنكر والبغي يعظكم لعلكم تذكرون. اذكروا الله يذكركم وادعوه يستجب لكم ولذكر الله تعالى أعلى وأولى وأعز وأجل وأهم وأتم وأكبر والله يعلم ما تصنعون. أقيموا الصلاة.